Wollongong Hawks forward Daniel Jackson has sent an ominous warning to rivals just weeks out from this year's NBL season by saying he believes the last year's runners-up are in a better physical condition compared to this time 12 months ago. Speaking of the Illawarra club's pre-season training at the Snake Pit, the Wollongong juniors today said that after 2 months of strenuous training, the Hawks had much better physical preparation this year. However, do concede the team are not quite where they want to be on the court right now.
I think we had a good pre-season last year, and I think we're in better shape this year than last year. We've been really looking at diet and skin folds and things like that this year. We're in pretty decent shape compared to where we were at last year, but at the same time, I think last year we might have been ahead of the 8 ball with our on-court stuff. Maybe we've been playing together a little bit more. We've got a couple of new guys this year, but I still think we're in pretty good shape.
Jackson, who enters this season having played 69 games for the club, believes that the success the team encountered last summer brings with it both an expectation and motivation for the season ahead.
The expectations on us are high this year. Everyone tipped us to come last year, and since we did well, the expectations are there this year. So, I mean, we need to go out and prove that we are as good. It wasn't a fluke last year, and I think we're pretty determined to do that. Prove we're not just kind of one-trick ponies. Prove that we are one of the best teams in the league.
Jackson, though, also admits that last year's grand final loss is something of a conundrum for the side, trying to both forget about it and use it for motivation.
2010 NBL champions, the Perth Wildcats.
On a loss, absolutely, but at the same time, we can use that feeling that we had after we lost game 3. You never want to have that feeling ever again, the feeling of a loss. So if we use that feeling to try and motivate us to avoid it, well, it's going to be good for us.
The Hawks' run to the grand final was something of a fairy tale for the club, having fought off exclusion from the league through a community ownership model going into the season, something Jackson believes motivated the team to perform.
Being a community-owned team, it just means instead of just playing for just the 10 guys that we're playing with, you're playing for the whole town. Yeah. Which is a big thing for me personally, because I'm Wollongong local, but also just because, I mean, this is where we live. It's our home as a group. So, you know, we want to do right by the people that own us, really. The
club will also be further strengthened this season by new imports Oscar Foreman and Gary Elvin, players Jackson believes will only help further the club.
Yeah, they're fitting in really well. They're both, off the court, they're both really good guys, which is all you can ask for. I think it's a big part of our team sport, getting them off the court as well as on the court. And on the court, they both bring different things to the group. Oscar's got that unlimited 3-point range from the 4 spot that we didn't really have last year. And then Gary's he's just lightning quick. He's the biggest guy I've played with before, and he just brings a different dimension again to the Hawks.
And while today Jackson shot 300 free throws while sitting out of team training along with inspirational captain Matt Campbell, the 22-year-old forward is confident he'll be back on the court well in time for the season.
Yeah, I think I'll be right. It's not too serious. It's just a little niggle thing that if I don't get on top of, it can turn into something serious. So I'm hoping to be back on court next session in 2 days' time.
The NBL season will tip off in 2 weeks' time when the Hawks take on the Gold Coast Blaze at the Sandpit.